Hey, chat, why don't you say hi to YouTube this time, all right? Your avatar is down below. They're going to like wave and stuff or whatever. They're going to say little chat bubbles, okay? Hi there, YouTube. I'm Scotty Deluxe, but on this channel you can call me Quetch. Here we cover all things current Final Fantasy XI, and today we have the next 5 jobs in the Empyrean+3 armor upgrades. We're going to take a look at what was changed from the +2 to the +3. We're going to talk about what is currently being used, best in slot, stuff like that. What order you should upgrade these pieces in, depending upon which weapons you use or how you play the job. So let's get started right away with Blue Mage. So the Blue Mage set is one that I came around to sort of after I recorded my video, with the understanding that it was a great mid-cast set for, and an almost all-around set for like any Blue Mage. And considering the way I use my Blue Mage is just for like weird generic content, for me making this set 5 out of 5 was a no-brainer. And all the DT, all the extra mab, it just offered a lot to somebody who was in my position, and like the people who I know who play blue also wanted it. So let's see if how much better it is from the +2 to the +3, and we'll get started with the head slot. So a head slot is your weapon skill damage slot. 5 more mab, 10 more magic accuracy, a little bit more Mava. This piece doesn't have the DT on it like the rest of the set does, but yeah. You know, you'll take the extra weapon skill damage, you'll take the extra stats, you'll take the extra mab, more sword skill as well, if you're using sword weapon skills, which you probably are. Very good. Also, I mentioned 5 out of 5 mid-cast because of the set bonus as well. So for me, I don't have to have like some weird free nuking piece. I can just have this piece, which is also my weapon skill damage piece, and put it in my blue magic mid-cast for like subduction, etc., and not have to clog up my inventory with extra Blue Mage stuff for a job that I only play for very casual content, right? Win, 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 win. Moving on to the body. The refresh +4 makes it so you're tied with Shamash now. Obviously, you don't have to resist silence, but it's up to you whether or not that is a deal breaker. But refresh +4, damage taken -13, excellent. Magic attack bonus 54 up from 49. Again, I love this 5 out of 5 midcast for to kind of be like a lazy Blue Mage build. Blue Magic spell recast -16. In addition to that, look at this. It even gives you a recast time reduction. Super good. Whether I'd make this one first is kind of a toss up for me. I'll probably just mash out these 5 out of 5 at some point and just have a great set. Hashishin Bazu Bands. Blue Magic Recast Delay, -16. Interesting. I didn't notice this Blue Magic Recast Delay on these pieces, but considering I'm using it in the midcast for the set bonus and the mab anyway, getting this like bonus recast delay, like to me, that's super sweet. I don't think any other jobs we read, the recast delay, basically just barred, right? The recast delay was in a piece that you don't want to swap into in your midcast, so you didn't get the effect from it. However, here, I'm definitely going to be getting this effect. Oh, again, so high mab, high DT, you want to be in your midcast anyway, win-win. Love this set at 5 out of 5, and we'll continue, I think we'll continue that trend. DT 12, Blue Magic skill, 33. This was already high, and now it's 5 higher. Mava, 162. Mab, 53, up from 48. Yeah, they took a great set and made it better. The F-Flux TP bonus is like if you use F-Flux, your next Blue Magic spell gets a bunch of TP. I'm not really that coordinated on blue to utilize that, but I like it in my midcast. I like it for what it does to my blue spells, and it's strong. Lastly is the feat, MBD and Burst Affinity. If you missed it in the last video, we pointed out that this turns this piece into a monster nuke piece under Burst Affinity, and it just got better. Yeah, I mean, you're not MBing a ton on Blue Mage, right? But when you do, my gosh. While in effect, enables Blue Magic to Magic Burst. Yes, increases the damage of the spellcast even if not used to Magic Burst. So, yeah. So, basically, you're just increasing that number by 3%, wherever it is in the equation. You can see here, it's actually increasing... it's increasing by 0.03 addition to the WSC, which is your weapon skill constant, which is like your base damage essentially. It's improving your base damage by 3%, right? In some way. I'm not the math geek with this stuff, but It's bigger. Numbers big. Cool. Awesome set. Love it at 5 out of 5 because it makes it so I can be lazy and be good. Chasseurs. Now here's where we get a chance at redemption. Did they make the Corsair set better? Marginally, most likely. But good enough to use? Who knows? With the head, we have no change to Blitzer's roll. Still the same effect. Rapid shot. Okay, I'll take more rapid shot. I'll take it. This was already good for rapid shot. It's better now. Honestly, this is a win. 2% more chance of having instant shots is great. I'll take it. I should actually go make this one. I haven't made it yet. Very good. I like shooting on Corsair. I like shooting in general. Okay, they fixed the triple shot thing. Obviously, if you're min-maxing your Corsair, you do want this at +3, but that's all it's for. It's simply a macro piece for your mid shot while triple shot is active, and only while triple shot is active. So you're gaining a 1% extra chance at doing triple shots during triple shot from the +2, which is only 1% higher than the +1. I don't know what to tell you. It's fine. It's fine. It's like medium. And for me, the Corsair set fell squarely into the below average set at +2, and it seems to be maintaining that at the +3. Let's continue. Now, we do get a weapon skill damage 12 piece, but there's no mab on it, so it's only for Last Stand. It's not for Wildfire. It's not for Leaden Salute. It's Last Stand and Savage Blade. This is likely better than what else you'd be doing at best in slot with Neame. Neame is going to be 17 strength, 40 mind. This is 28 strength, 44 mind, and this is a higher weapon skill damage. Yeah, even at, honestly, even at Neame 30, I think the Chasser's Gaunt's +3 will surpass it. 5 seconds more on Phantom Roll. I'm now more inclined to make this for the Phantom Roll at the very least because we went up 5 seconds and we went up another 5, so it's 10 more seconds Phantom Roll duration. That feels a little bit more significant. Crit rate 8 as opposed to crit rate 7, likely not very useful because for some reason Corsairs can't Evisceration to save their lives. I went from being medium on this piece because I have rank 25 Neame to now wanting it. Which is where, like, this isn't the only set like that. You know, if you've watched the previous videos, you'll know that some of the sets were like at +2 were like, I don't really know. At +3, they're tempting. And I'm actually glad. This actually brings the +3 set to me for Corsair so far into the average territory. From below average to average. 2% more on rapid shot. You know, an extra triple shot activation, meh. Actually useful weapon skill damage piece, especially considering Savage Blade is one of your mainly used weapon skills. Good stuff. I'm happy with the +3 hands. +3 legs, more snapshot, more STP, more DT. This piece went from being pretty much used in your mid-shot set, pre-shot, mid-shot, to now you want it in your pre-shot and mid-shot. So, yay. Like, I think it was like marginal to like actually, because aren't you losing like rapid shot in that slot? I haven't thought about this stuff in a while. Like for my range stuff on, yeah. So we had 9. We have 9 rapid shot in the leg slot. So, So pre-shot. Don't let me. I'm gonna get these terms confused here and there. Rapid shot is your pre-shot along with snapshot. So you're already using Pursuer's Pants in your pre-shot. Assuming you're capping snap, right? That's like shooting 101. Cap snap, put in as much rapid shot as you can. Good. Okay? Then your mid shot, you want STP. So typically that would have been Malignance with 10. Yeah, that's right. I remember now. So the 11 was better than Malignance, along with better ranged accuracy and ranged attack. Marginal. Now that it's up to 12, it's 2 higher STP, more ranged accuracy and ranged attack. So now, like, you want it for your mid shot. Like, before it was a marginal upgrade, now you genuinely want it. Nice. Again, we're in that average territory. Chasseurs boats you want because the quick draw plus 31 is 31% damage added to the following elemental spell. Isn't that what that does? That's what these boots do, right? Yeah. From 28% to now 31%, especially if you're progging Ongo V20. This is an extra 3%. You know, those numbers add up. Ongo is a DPS check. Can you create skill chains and burst them for accurate amounts of damage over the course of the fight and survive the ad? Can you do all those things? If yes, win Ongo. It's a freaking logic tree. And along with quick draw on here and the new stacking bonus time on the Black Mage Jaw spells, I think that along with that, more MAB, more master levels, I think that they have been properly power creeping, quote unquote, power creeping the ability players have to do things like clear Vengeance level 20 on the Atonement 3 mobs. I think Era Body is going to be easier with these sets and MLs. Ongo as well, which are traditionally problem fights for most groups. Like, I think that this inches the playing field a little closer in the player's direction with these small improvements that seem negligible, but in reality add up to thousands of damage over the course of a fight. You know, if not like tens of thousands, with the slim margins, it's going to be good. So anyway, yeah, I'm actually much happier with the Corsair set. They basically have delivered for me, and I'll be putting more effort into getting these done and making sure my Corsair stays, you know, best in slot. Because it's just a job that I have a lot of fun playing. Okay, so that was Corsair. We finished blue. That was the 3 jobs. We're on to the 4th job of the video. Puppet Master. Puppet Master gets double attack 5, PDL 10. Solid PDL piece, I will say. If your Puppet Master, just the Master, is ever at attack cap, you have an awesome stringing pummel set, I guess. Or whatever other multi-hit weapon skills you want to be using on Pup, or whatever other physical weapon skills if you find yourself at attack cap. Obviously, the Automaton TP bonus is likely relevant. It's 25 higher than it was at the +2. Pup is not a job that I play at the level that it's going to require me to tell you how good these things are, but I can tell you on paper. Yeah, the issue is Pup's crafted set is so strong for what it does that it's really hard to compete with. I'm just going to pull it up because it's going to be the main complaint about this set in general is the Su 3, because you get the hard things that the things that are hard to come by are Puppet haste. You know, even from the player, like what you're dropping the Puppet haste for what? Accuracy? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And you're like, it's not really reasonable to be like, okay, my Puppet is about to use a weapon skill. So if I switch into this piece and I get accuracy 64, I'll have a higher chance of hitting the mob. But like, you already have 48. You know, like, what extra accuracy are you needing? Like, it's weird is all I'm saying. Obviously, TP bonus is going to be relevant. But like, it's not even a sideways upgrade. It's like a weird, like, what this reminds me of is old Puppet Master gear that has been linearly increased. That's what I see when I look at these sets. You have to look at it for what the value is. And overload rate -40 was already on there. Damage taken -13. I believe there's something for overdrive. I just don't remember what exactly, but you know, like the body piece is just a DT piece. That's all it is. Coming down, we have. Oh, here it's the. I believe the hands are your overdrive piece because of all the stats. But if a Puppet Master in chat or on the YouTube wants to weigh in on that, please do. I don't play the job at the type of level where these types of things are going to be something I can weigh in on. STP-11, this is probably your TP piece for Mythic Pup. You think head is the overdrive piece for the TP bonus to just constantly give you higher TP-based weapon skills? Yeah. So that's what I was thinking too, is especially if you're Mythic, like you want this store TP-11. Like off, just at a glance, like this to me looks like a solid piece. Moving on to the pants, martial arts, damage taken. It's like, why not just put like 5 triple attack on this? You know what I mean? Like why? What is this doing? This piece doesn't do anything. I don't get it, chat. Pants can't use without pet haste. I know you're losing your pet haste from your Hayoka legs. I mean, look at that, haste 9. Like you cannot drop the pants from your sets. Not if you're using a puppet, which you probably are because you're a puppet master. I don't know. I don't get it. Let's take a look at their weapon skill damage piece. WSD 12. Tactical switch is slightly better. That is your exchanging your TP with the mob's TP, and it increases the amount they gain versus the amount you give. Fine. WSD 12 is welcome, obviously. Every job wants their 12 piece, but it doesn't do anything outside of that. Int and Mind 30, maybe you're casting automatons. Maybe there's some kind of overdrive set where you're using a casting automaton. Likely not, because the melee automatons during overdrive are busted. I don't know. You know, is there something I missed here? Let me know in the comments below. And you get a PDL piece, a weapon skill piece, and that's really it. And a TP piece. Like, it's average. You know, slightly less so than what we were getting with the Corsair is, I think, at average. I think the Puppet Master stuff is like a little under average, like a little below average. It doesn't add as much to the job as it could have. You know, seriously, add some multi-attack or something. Add some Puppet Haste. Add some Puppet Multi. Like, I don't care. Like, do some, give the players something they can utilize. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. The job that I have been curious about since this announcement for the +3 was made. What are they giving us on the Dancer head? I'm sure it's WSD 12, and I'm already drooling. Let's go. WSD 12 and 31% crit damage. It's so strong. This piece went from being one of the best pieces of gear in the game to being like the best piece of gear in the game. Like, in terms of like what this does to the job's base functionality is insane. Every 3 minutes, you get this burst, friggin' giant burst of damage with multiple hits involved, multiple weapon skills. I love it. I'm so glad. Obviously, this is the first piece I got to do, right? Because, like, numbers big. Yeah. 5 more decks, right? Yeah, 5 more decks on top of the already higher decks than what we were using previously, if I recall, for free Rudra's pieces. This is your free Rudra's piece. It's your stacked Rudra's piece. STP-10 is kind of interesting. I wonder if, what is the, there's no damage taken. I was going to say, what is Malignant's head? Is there a chance you even want to use this with, like, Mythic as a TP piece? 8 STP. You'd lose 6 DT, but maybe it's now your STP build piece, you know, like I said, like Mythic Dancer TP. I don't know. This is a prime example of a thing that is just got better, like was already amazing and got better. Definitely top 5 material. All right, coming down to the body, which was kind of underwhelming, is more underwhelming. So yeah, it's sad, but DT minus 14. They left the dual. I mean, the dual wield is fine. If you're out there and you're using dual wield tiers for your haste percentage, you still utilize this piece. Now it comes with more damage taken, more subtle blow, more accuracy in attack, more HP, more defense. Like, okay, like there is a percentage of the player base that is utilizing this. For example, I do not dual wield tier. I typically only take my strong DDs into content where I know I'm haste capped. That's just my experience. So I don't need the dual wield, and I'll just use Malignance if I want the DT, right? So with that, Striking Flourish is not super used right now because it shares a cooldown timer with Climactic Flourish, which just got better, so you're even less likely to use Striking. The body, as cool as it looks, it's not going to be good with the +3. Sorry. It is for certain people. Again, dual wield tiering, for example. But at like best in slot consideration, it's really not going to be used. All right, the Bengals. We get more skill chain. Oh, no. Sorry. Skill chain bonus does go up by 1, but that's not the important thing. It's the reverse flourish. So this is the square mod of reverse flourish. This should increase the amount of TP you gain by going from 13 to 14. I think it increases the amount of TP you gain by like 12. Square mod times finishing moves to the second power. So it's higher than... Let me just think about this real quick. Square mod is normally 5, but may be increased by equipment. So 18 times 5 to the second power. So 18 times 25. It's 25 TP. Sorry, it took me a while to get there because obviously PEMDAS, right? So this upgrade will increase the amount of TP gained from reverse flourish by 25 compared to less than 25 less. This is a career dancer item because you're already macroing this in, but you're going to get 25 more TP when using this. That's the only use of this item. You're not using it in your damage taken or sets or your hybrid sets. You have other gear for that, such as Malignants. It's fun. It's fun, honestly, picking out the items that are career items. Like the White Mage had a couple of these. This Dancer obviously has one. I think the Dark Knight had 1 or 2. It's like the only reason you make this is because you've min-maxed that job that you play the most. Otherwise, it's skippable. Because if I'm going to tell you, you're going to put in this XY or this X time investment to receive Y outcome, you're going to say, I don't need 25 TP from reverse flourish, you know, in general, for however much this involves to upgrade. So anyway, moving on to the tights. Sick. Tactical parry is to be ignored, but the combination of high dagger skill and PDL 10 makes this an absolutely monster piece. At attack cap, this is in every set. It went from like probably was in every set, with Gleddy's being the other consideration. Gleddy's being PDL 8, Dex 0. This is going to be still Dex 0, but PDL 10, dagger skill 38. So, yeah. So 65 attack on Gleddy's. You have 63 base, and then all this dagger skill helps you get to your PDL limit. It's higher PDL in general. I mean, very strong. Probably the second item you make, and put it into your PDL sets and forget about it. Coming on to the toe shoes. Now, this was an interesting piece at +2. And what made it interesting at +2 was if you're not utilizing the merit category of close position and the relic +3 feet, you could have gotten these feet and had a nice STP 11, which is higher than, I believe, the 9 on Malignants. And because now they also added the DT -9. So you had STP 11, DT 9. Actually, a really awesome hybrid piece, especially if you're not making use of close position. Now we're looking at 12 STP and 10 DT. In addition to that, it is still feather step higher too. This is a must-make piece for almost borderline career dancer. I think an early dancer can make this and have a great foot and can skip Malignants. I think a really well-geared dancer wants this anyway because that extra 1% on feather step is an extra 1% crit evasion down on the mob when you use feather step. In other words, it's a 1% crit rate up for the entire alliance, whoever's fighting the mob that you have feather step on. So yeah, give the whole party or whole alliance 1 extra % crit rate just by having this item. Heck yes. And also, it's a strong consideration for, why did I click STP? It's a strong consideration for your TP set. So for me, I will be making the head first. I will be making the pants second. I will be making likely the hands third, the feet fourth, and if I ever get around to it, the body fifth. I would say just in terms of what I use in my, usual usage on Dancer, that's the order I'm going to be doing those things in. Okay, let's not spend any more time there. Moving on to the Scholar, and then we are almost done with this video. We have the Arbatel Bonnet. It's bonnet, chat. I know what the word bonnet looks like. I see you all furiously typing. Rapture and Ebullience. We went over this last time. Oh, as mentioned in previous videos, if you haven't seen the +2 videos, definitely check those out for the particular pieces of gear and what they received from +1 to +2, which were pretty significant changes. The +3 are receiving less changes, and we're just going over what those are and how it places this gear in terms of best in slot, or whether you should get it as a person who's newer to the job. Regen potency +25, an extra 5% regen potency, yes, absolutely. Scholars love their regen potency. I think ebullience was the important one here. Gives a 20% max damage, bonus damage to your next black mage spell, yeah. So now, +21, so it's an extra 3% bonus to your next black mage spell, black magic spell. So I don't know, maybe use that prior to a nuke. Yeah, I mean, these are nice little bonuses. Extra rapture for white magic spells, and ebullience extra damage for black magic spells. But enhancing magic is where it's at as well. I'm not sure which spells exactly are going to want this, but when you see enhancing magic skill plus, you're always thinking of how to slot that in for things like stone skin, etc. This may be your stone skin piece, although it's probably be in contention with the stone skin head. Regen pot, definitely worth it. Easy make for Scholar. The Arbitel Gown, refresh +4, damage taken -13. They did a good job of basically giving Shamash to everybody, minus the fact that the resist silence is on there. So, great. Every mage wants their refresh 4 high DT idle piece. I think especially this will make things like Odyssey Prog a little bit better off for players who didn't have Shamash going in. I mean, think about it. This damage taken wasn't on this piece before, right? But like refresh 2 was or whatever. So, you know, here you go. This is like a softball to like, here mages, we hear you, and that's why we had Shamash. But now, like, obviously it's been a long time since that release, so we're gonna give you a way to just make it yourself. Arbitel Bracers, MBD 15, Perpetuance has 65, Eminence 13. This is just straight better. That offers skill chain bonus. That's not as important. The higher Perpetuance means higher duration. That's what you want right there. You want that Perpetuance 65 because it's when under Perpetuance you get longer bonuses. Like that is the crux of what Scholar has right here. You got higher regen potency, higher enhancing duration. You know, it's like Red Mage made out, Scholar made out. I think a great idle piece. Scholar set beautiful, does all the things Scholar wants to do. It's above average for sure. Let's check out the last two pieces. You have the pants, Enfeebling Magic Skill, Penury and Parsimony. I think in terms of landing and feebles, you want this. Similar to the other item where, you know, you've got the mode for white magic and black magic, but the Enfeebling Magic Skill combined with the magic accuracy of 63, maybe, but you're kind of like splitting hairs with their armor right here. This is the piece everybody's been waiting for, am I right? Arbitel Loafers +3. Let's see what they did. Elemental Magic Skill 28 to 33. Okay, helpful. Magic Burst damage 2 +4 to +5. And Climoform an additional 5% damage. Come on now. Top 5 piece for sure. The amount of damage this adds to a Magic Burst is exceptional. Remember, we went from 15 now to 25. Multiplicative damage bonus. Well, actually, it's more than... it's 25 bonus from the feat, let alone the bonus already applied, right? Increases magic damage of spells cast with matching weather by 20% while Climoform is in effect in a separate term and in addition to the normal weather damage bonus. Yeah, these are nutty. These are great numbers. I mean, it's gonna feel so good. You know what this item is to me? Getting it into the yellow box. You know what I mean? Like, if you already upgraded yours, you play Scholar, and you got this to +2, you were like, this item is friggin' nasty. Now, you're like, let me put a yellow box around this bad boy. You know what I mean? Like, it's like the dancer head for me. It's like, yeah, oh, give me that yellow box, because this item deserves its own crown, you know? It's so... Scholar is in an excellent position in the game right now, Ravenel. The healing, the enhancing, and the... and in a lot of respects, even the nuking, it's just all been improved lately. And like, obviously, like Odyssey stuff, I haven't used it much in Sortie, but it's good for master leveling. It's good for Odyssey, NMs, and seg farms. It is very gear intensive, yes. That is the drawback. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and finish the last 2 jobs in this video so we don't have a bajillion videos going out on YouTube. So, bonus jobs, Adeline-based Geomancer and Rune Fencer left to go. I have something to say because I play both of these jobs, so I have something relevant to say about both of them. Let's see it. Okay. The head is your Lupin regen plus damage taken minus 12. This item is likely never coming off your idle set any longer. It was already pretty much there with the +2. For the +1, you take it or leave it. You had regen 3 and no DT. Now you've got 12 DT, regen 5. Yeah, 100%. Excellent item. Happy to make this one for my Geo. Possibly first. We'll see with the rest of the set. Azimuth Coat is not quite a Shamash. It does have refresh 4, but there's no damage taken on it. Luckily, Geo can cap its damage taken in other slots without sacrificing much, such as Defending Ring. Because you don't really need rings in your idle anyway, much for Geo. Magic Burst damage 2 of +5. Magic attack bonus +59. This may cut out Ia. Ia Hopalande. MBD29, MAB 44. Yeah, no, I don't know. If you can cap your MBD1 with your other slots, this is a little less less useful, but like, I don't know, man. The 9 MBD2 is really hard to argue with, but like almost like a poor man's Ia Hopalande +1, like for sure. Like, I don't have the Ia. I had to borrow it the one time I used it on Ongo. So for me, I'm going to make this anyway because I like the midcast bonus of the set bonus. So I'm just going to upgrade it anyway to have the extra HP and whatnot in my midcast. But, and I'll probably just use it for my magic. I mean, also more mab. So I don't know. I'll make this and I'll use it in my burst set. And it's probably free nuke and burst for me. Free nuke and burst and idle, maybe? Great. Take it. All right, moving on. Azimuth Gloves, +3. Enfeebling Skill, 28. Enmity -13. Damage taken -12. I don't know. You're not using these over the Artifact Gloves, which have the pet DT on them, right? Luopon, damage taken -13. Although, wait, don't you cap Luopon damage taken with Idris? 30 between Dunna and the Idris is 80. And then if you're equipping the... Handler's Earring +1, 84. Maybe you do take off the AF hands for your own DT from this. I don't know. I mean, you can make up regular DT in other slots. I think I'd rather just be overcapped on pet DT in case of things like midcast. This is pretty low Mava. When you compare this to these gloves have higher magic defense bonus, higher Mava, higher DT, less HP, more defense. So I don't know. It's really a toss-up. It's kind of like splitting hairs. This is probably your best in slot enfeebling magic accuracy piece. So that's that. This is a career Geo item, I'd say. It's not quite as impactful as the first 2 items we looked at. Moving on. The music's going to be so randomly turned on during the course of these videos. Azimuth Tights +3. More dark magic skill. MBD1 +15 helps you cap that MBD. I doubt you need it. You're probably just using Ia. Even NQ Ia is probably going to eclipse this. This item, I think, does nothing except for have the freaking biggest magic evasion. World's biggest. Bigginest. My God. How close are we getting to 200 Mava on a piece of gear? Int 55? Look at that. Look at that. This is a free nuke piece and a burst piece. Assuming that it doesn't... Ia isn't better. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I just make this and use it. Like I said, I don't want to bother with the Ia. Like I don't nuke enough on Geo to justify spending the money. and then having to like store it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe I just free nuke and burst in this piece and then just have it because I want it for the midcast anyway. Next up, the feat. Indy caloric duration plus 30, damage taken minus 11. Yeah. It's your midcast for your Indy spells. It gives you more DT in your midcast. Gives you 5 more seconds on Indy spells for a total of 10 seconds over the +1. Cool. Nothing too spectacular. Again, another huge Mava. I don't know why Geo is suddenly the Mava king. Amalric may be better. This is a pretty high int. Pretty high Mab. I'd have to look. Even Amalric, I'm thinking about just replacing the Amalric stuff. Geo gotta stand in the danger zone. Amalric legs are MAB 40, int 40, with the magic attack bonus. They're Mab 65, int 40, compared to Mab. Oh, you're talking about the set bonus. Sorry. If you include the set bonus, it depends upon how many pieces. Yeah. So, I don't know. But it's like, it could be better. It also is probably passable, right? So, I don't know. I'm not super about it, but yeah, exactly. It's like you're talking like a little bit of int and a little bit of mab in either direction. Either way, it'll save me some gil by just getting this instead of the Ia and the Amalric. Yay. All right. And then we talked about the feat. Cool. So, final job of the game. Well, final job currently. I'm still hoping they release Scholar. I'm not Scholar. Chemist. I'm still holding out, chat. We got Mombro. Why can't they give us Chemist? This is the second most curious I've been is about this because I'm already using 2 of the pieces in my tanking set because I think they offer interesting utility. So depending upon how much better those are is whether or not I go back to a more traditional Niame tanking or if I stick with this. We'll see. Sweet. 5% more enhancing duration. Awesome. 5% more surd. Awesome. More refresh potency. Fine. Very good. Very good. These are much needed. Capping surd was a little weird. You needed to spend a little bit of gil to get it done, but now you're less likely to need to do that. Yep, there's not much more to say about that. It's pretty straightforward. Everybody wants enhancing magic duration for sure. The body, here we go. Fast cast 13 up from 10. Converts 8% of physical damage to MP. Boosts enmity retention when taking damage plus 14. Okay, they up these numbers by 1 each. Fast cast they up by 3. Defense up by 10, HP up by 10, stats. Okay, so nothing out of the park here. 10 more Mava, not 1 more magic defense bonus. I mean, I'm going to continue to try this piece out and see how I like it. It's probably going to be one of the first pieces I upgrade because MP is sometimes an issue on Rune Fencer, especially if I'm not on top of my cooldowns for Vivacious Pulse, but like that's just a skill issue, not a gear issue. So I don't know. Like the Paladin set, this is going to need more experimentation and playing with to see what people like or prefer or what players have determined is best in slot. Not sure. I like it. Adding a yellow box here is going to be nice. I'll tell you that. The gauntlets. I believe we determined these weren't that useful. Yeah. Great sword skill, resistance to status ailments, damage taken. I mean, it's all over the map. It's kind of like a hybrid, but it offers no multi-attack. Seriously, just slap like 4 TA on these bad boys and all of a sudden you have a piece of armor that people want to get, they want to use. All right, moving on. The big one. Oh, yeah. Extra Inquartada. Thank you. 1 more % on Inquartada proc rate. 1 more enmity. Very welcome. 157 Mava is excellent. Damage taken minus 13. Now, here's the big draw. Like, this piece is the reason to... I mean, this is the premier Empyrean piece to be using on Rune Fencer. I love it. I loved it at +1. I changed it out for Niame because I noticed that Odyssey Prog needed more Mava, it needed more defense, it needed more HP, and the +1 was just old school in those respects. Now we have the +3, excellent amount of Quartada, DT, Enmity for the extra retention. and proper stats for its appropriate level. Love this item. Possibly this may be the first item I make, period. It's a toss-up between this or the Dancer head or the Thief body, really. Those three are my top three gonna make as soon as I get enough of these weird gemmies. Oh, and the other thing is, you get the 2% set bonus with the coat. So that's the thing, is like, do I want this 8% conversion plus the 2% set bonus to nullify damage, right? Occasionally converts damage taken to HP restored instead. Yeah, so you'll heal instead of taking damage for 2% of the time. Could be relevant, especially when you're getting beat on by 100 mobs or whatever, if you're trying to like pull a big pull. You know, these things add up. So love the legs. I'm going to combine them with the body, and it's probably going to be my tanking set for quite a long time. Yellow boxes, woo. Lastly, we have the Airlaz Greaves. Resist all elements 35, damage taken -10. Again, you're not going to remove terms. If you're going to remove terms, you're going to pry them from my Cold Dead Feet. Enmity this is your enmity piece in your midcast. Awesome. So same amount of DT and resist elements and Mava and decently high enmity. Fine. I mean, you're going to be dodging more in your midcast sets for Rune Fencer. Great. Awesome. Probably the third thing I'll make. So it'll be like legs, then body, and then head, then feet. Above average set for Rune Fencer for sure. It was already getting there at +2, and it's definitely there at +3. One of my favorite sets out of the bunch. This is one I was looking forward to, and I think SC delivered. Overall, that's going to be it for all the gear reviews. Again, more this week as I actually get into the new Odyssey content and can start relaying what some of that content is like. I'm looking forward to, say, stringent accuracy or attack requirements, you know, harder to do objectives. And then we know we won't be getting the bosses until November. Great. Whatever. In the meantime, I'll be upgrading some of this, and I hope you will too. So good luck out there in Vanadil, friends. Remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more Final Fantasy XI content, and I'll see you in the next video. All right. Oh, catch me live, twitch.tv/ScottyDeluxe, where I'll be streaming very randomly, and sometimes you'll know about it before it happens. I don't know. Give me a follow over on that platform if that's something you're into. Otherwise, talk to you soon, and I'll see you in the next video, and peace out.